Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We are Millennial Mom. If you don't know who is who, I'm Millennial. This is Mom.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Mom or Kay from Millennial Mom, and today we're gonna talk about 90-Day Fiancé, season 11, episode 10 is called Where Did Our Love Go? Who are they talking about? Where did our love go? I mean, I could think of maybe, let's see, 1, 2, 3 couples, but sometimes I think they're specific to the actual episode. Yeah. And what y'all think about this episode this time? I think that next week, I want to see more of, I have to say, Shekinah and Sarper and her family, stuff like that. But in the meantime, we have this episode 10. Hopefully everyone got a chance to watch it either on Sundays when it comes out or Monday on streaming. And you got a chance to catch up. And also, if you're new, even if you're not new, please hit that like button. I really appreciate that. And also subscribe if you haven't already. So also too, hopefully everyone had a good weekend. Happy Easter if you celebrate. And everyone is doing well. And let me see who's in the chat so far. We have Miss Tamika, hello, and Jazz. Hey, y'all behind an episode. That's okay. That's all right. You get caught up. It's not hard to get caught up on the season. I don't think so. So on last night's episode or today, when you streamed it, it was Shekinah and Sarper, Jade, Mark, and Mina, a little bit of Jonah and Greg, Jessica, Juan, and her friends. Let's see, Mahdi and Stevie, and then the Throuple, Matt, Amani, and Ani. And excuse me, when we get to the Throuple, I'm just kind of curious to know, why is this such a shocker to, what's his name, Matt, that he's the third wheel? I mean, is he getting the vibe from Ani? I mean, that's her name for now. She hasn't been put on Front Street yet. I mean, has he got the vibe from Ani that they're just this one big happy throuple? Because I'm not getting that from the first episode to this one. And I'm like, what makes him think that, she's in it for him? Because she really hardly even talks to him and just don't even have the same vibe or whatever. So, hey, Cynthia. All right. So I'm already going to drop the link. So if you want to join, you can come up on the stage. If not, you can chat with me. I'd appreciate that too. And we could just go ahead and get started. Now, I like to, and I did mention this last week, that for all the episodes remaining up and through the tell-all, I'm going to start with Shekinah and Sarper first. And then when Shawn and Alliya are on, they'll be the first two to get them completely out the way. But you know what? This episode with Shekinah and Sarper, even though I'm starting with them first, they really could go in the middle, because you know what? Shekinah's sisters, I was here for her sisters. Okay, I was here for them, coming in like a posse. All right. Are you ready backstage? Okay.
Yeah, they came in. They was deep.
They came in deep. I was like, who is that?
Right.
They had all kind of looks and their tattoos. I was like, oh, okay, sisters.
Okay, right. And they eerily sound like each other.
Right, they favor, right.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
you close your eyes, you don't know who talking.
Right. Now, they don't have as much filler or whatever as Shekinah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they got enough. And they're all unique in their personalities, even though they have a tattoo vibe going on. Now, the sister, I didn't write their names down or whatever, but the sister that looked like she could be native with her turquoise and her ribcage tattoo, I was like, okay, sister, she looked like she could maybe toss Sarper up a little bit. You better watch out. So, but anyways, Sarper and Shekinah fly off to Montana to visit her family. For Sarper, it's really like a reconciliation with the first sister. What was her name? Soraya. I do remember that. Would you say, Devontae, you was over the fake Kardashians of Montana? It was Wyoming. Get your states correct.
Right, Wyoming with the horse.
Now, Shekinah said she's the oldest of 6 sisters. Now, she may have said that before in another season, but let me just say, if she didn't show the pictures of all them, I was like, who's that family?
Right.
Because none of them look like who they used to be growing up. They don't have no features, no nothing. And was Shekinah in the lead of like, who is this, right? So Sarper is, nervous to meet the family, and he should be. He should be nervous because things didn't go right the first time. And then, after, he may have felt a certain way with her sister who came to visit in Turkey. But when probably that she came back with all the information to give to the family, and then Shekinah's daughter, Sophie, she's not really, she's like, if you're not cool with my aunt or aunts, you're not cool with my family, how are we going to be cool? You know what I'm saying? How can you even marry my mom? Right. He should have been on edge. I think so. Because some things to me, yes, is a language barrier, but Sarper has certain mannerisms that he wants a woman to do and be like. For example, to me, he's a chauvinist, right? He'd rather have her seen and not heard, like she's a kid, right? She's got opinions, and I want the old Shekinah back. And I'm like, just like I was like with the sister, I was like you're going for this, and Shekinah just sitting there like, this is my man. What y'all think about that?
Yeah, I kind of like dipped in and dipped out with them because I was like, okay, I'm one of them that's over them. But this one, it's like she was kind of like scared to say anything.
Well,
to her sister.
Of course, because she don't want Sarper to get mad at her.
Right. Right.
So on my throat, excuse me. Are you ready backstage? Because you look like you multitasking. Yeah, I'm calling you out. All right. Here we go.
How you doing?
I'm all right. Like I said, you look like you multitasking. I know you were over the fake Kardashians of Wyoming. Okay.
Did they go to Montana?
Wyoming.
Where did I get Montana from?
I don't know.
I just picked a boring town. Okay.
Same area.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm just.
You know what it is? I think it is Montana, and I think the other people is in Wyoming.
See?
I think the Juan is in Wyoming. I think it is Montana.
Oh.
It is.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Mute my mic.
Yeah, I just feel like y'all sister, how old is she? Ain't she like 40?
45, 43?
40, yeah, about 40,
Ain't
49,
tell no
52.
45-year-old woman you want her back. No, this is your sister now. Your sister slow. Your sister let a man tell her pick out her nose. That's crazy. Insane.
Yeah.
Then moved him over here and she worked from home. He can't even do that. He a prisoner.
Right.
More or less.
He can't
Can't
even
cook.
make a sausage.
Can't even
He
cook in
can't
his
cook a
house.
sausage sandwich. He can't even sleep in when you gotta go to work. I gotta get out and go on walks at 9 o'clock in the morning.
And then what is he talking about? She reminds me of a geisha girl because she cooks. That would be like
I was trying to figure that out too. I was like, I thought
yeah, no,
cook.
that's not a
normal activity, right? If you cook, you cook. That's not a geisha girl. Very specific. I was wanting him to elaborate on geisha.
Maybe her sisters just felt like that's why she had a little attitude, like you treating her like the maid or something, like you the prize. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think the daughter said. Did the daughter say she didn't like him? I thought they just got seasick, so the daughter just was like.
No, she had said that he should make amends with her aunts, or her aunt specifically, and with the rest of the family before he would even think that it would be okay to even be part of their family and him marrying her mom and everything be cool. And I agree.
Ain't gotta be cool with your sister to marry you. Why? If some people's siblings just don't like people. Ain't nothing.
Exactly.
What I'm gonna do? I ain't here for your sister. If
Mm-hmm.
your sisters don't like me, then you might have a point. But one sister, I mean, she's still with him, so obviously she don't care about what her sister think.
No,
So why would you care about your daughter thinking that? That's what your daughter think. You already brought him to America, so at this point, you don't care what nobody think. It's already over.
that's
Right.
true. She don't care, but she should care about how her daughter feels. I don't care if
Oh,
her daughter
exactly. She
almost an
should have took
adult.
her daughter over there and to
And
Correct.
meet
she
him.
don't care because her daughter ain't there all the time. That's why she don't care to include her. Her daughter be
Yeah,
gone
she
most
at
of
the East Lake
be
School for Girls.
yeah. So it's just like at this point, I mean, I care about my daughter's opinion, but she don't actually have to deal with Sarper but a couple months out the year. If that, he can pretty much be gone or we could probably go on a couple trips or something and she ain't even gotta be around him for real.
No, I disagree with that. If my kids weren't cool with somebody
It's
and had real
over.
reservations, it's
It's
over.
over.
We can't be
I
married
mean,
now. No.
but she didn't brought him over. You done brought him into the house. It's all right. I mean,
Yeah.
you
It's,
can't say I'm
That's
taking
because
in
she don't
consider.
care. She has a mother
Yeah.
who is selfish.
right.
Yes, she
I'm
does.
Right.
not that type of mom. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Like
Yeah.
my
Like,
kids
yeah,
come
like
first.
you, that would make sense. But for her, it makes total sense to, she don't care.
I'm
Yeah.
not
Her
leaving.
I don't
daughter
care
in
if he
boarding
was from out
school.
of the country, out of state, out of wherever.
Right.
If my daughter ain't rocking with you, and no, no, especially if my daughter is young enough to be living in the house, I'm not going to make her uncomfortable in her house because
Right.
at the end of the
Yes.
day, this is
And then
her
you
house.
done already moved
So
him over here.
nah,
So you
nah, then
didn't
he
even
got to go back.
care about if he around her room. What if he on weird stuff in her,
Hmm.
just all kind of stuff.
And
Right.
her
Well,
daughter is built, so she don't
yes.
look like no little
Like,
16-year
you
old.
don't know. What if he started be like, yeah, Shekinah, you old news. I got a new
Hmm.
nose I'm looking at.
Well, it's like I said, Shekinah, Jasmine, what's her name? Mina, anybody who leaves their kids
Can't
for
trust him.
a
Automatic.
relationship is selfish. Like I said, I don't
Very
care. Like
much so.
my kids are grown now, but still, I don't care.
Oh.
If it is about my kids first, because my kids will always be here. Period.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
anyways, all right, let's move past them. So we'll see how he gets his foot out of his mouth next week. Because, like you said, she kind of don't care. So don't matter what her sisters say, she's still gonna roll with it because we saw in upcoming episodes. He goes somewhere before they get married, and she's looking for him. But whatever. All right, let's go ahead and move to Jade, Mina and Jade. I'm surprised that conversation went better than I thought it did. You know,
Hmm.
I don't think that Jade over exaggerated anything.
No, I don't think she have an ulterior motive. I don't think she care really.
Right. Because,
Who's
some women, huh?
who's Jade again?
The ex.
The ex.
Oh my! Oh yeah, that was some
Yeah.
bull crap. I'm saying,
Yeah.
man, sister, wife, shut up.
Because, some people, may not care and just say something just to make you crash out, right? That's a new word now, right? Crash out. Just be making up
Exactly.
stuff
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, no, he still texts me. He still does. Yeah, what you heard at Diana's shop was true, and all this other stuff. She could have did all that, but she didn't. And
Hmm.
I thought that was rather classy of her, to be honest. One thing I found was interesting though was when she dropped T and Jade said, you'll never be good enough for the mother or the family because they don't seem to care for nobody. I said,
Mm.
oh.
Well,
Yeah,
that's true.
because
I
probably
mean,
do
she
they
ain't
not
lying.
care for nobody or nobody black.
Well, they have
Well, no, they got
focus.
the other black girl. They got the token black girl over there. That's probably
But
enough.
but it's always a rebel and it's always a rebel in the family like that. So
Mm,
the son
mm,
No,
might be like, y'all gonna chill on mine.
yeah, no. I think that the girlfriend, whoever she might be the geisha girl. Ain't no telling, but she she the token. So they got their quota of blacks.
Oh yeah, you're
So
right. And the daughter with a mixed one. So
yeah, so they got their quota.
okay.
They got their
I
male
don't
quota and
know.
the female quota. So they good.
I think this must be all about the money then. It's about the inheritance. Because what else is you tripping about your old daddy going to get some young girls for? He got the money. You know what
Yeah.
he got to do? You want a woman that look like that, Mark? You got to pay.
Mark clearly has a reputation too. You
And
know,
what they all got in common. What was he doing? Oh,
well,
you spent a
Dropping
thousand?
money. Oh,
Thousand. I would have ran up 4,000 in an old girl store. Well, you cheap.
she should have asked her about that BMW.
true.
Oh, she sure didn't ask about that.
Mm,
Yeah,
I feel
she
like
should have
they
asked
cut
about
that
that.
or something. They gonna show us in the tell all. Like she
Oh
actually asked
yeah.
about the BMW watch. It's gonna be something they cut out.
Mm-hmm.
Here's unseen
Unseen
footage.
footage.
Yeah.
right, right. But I also thought it was interesting that Jade said, like my thumbnail, that she feels she's the one that got away. She might be. I don't know.
She well, no,
I
she act like
mean,
she
I guess.
boy, lady. She acting like this. She was all that. Hey, chill out.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She
I
seems
mean,
to
you
think
cute,
so.
but
Yeah, like, but I don't know. She was doing too much. First of all, I'm not meeting with nobody about my ex. Wait, I don't. Why am I? I don't even care about her no more.
right.
Mm,
Like, so what do you want my opinion for? We ain't make it. You want the person. You want the opinion of somebody who ain't make it.
right,
You
Mm-hmm.
right.
can't trust. You can't trust. What if they still in love with me? They gonna mess up everything I got. No.
Right.
Oh, Jasmine said, I need to go watch the episode, but the shop owner friend was messy. Yeah, she was. She
She
was messy.
was.
Tell me, Mark, you
Absolutely.
need new
Absolutely.
friends. You need
You
new
need to
friends.
check her.
You need new exes because everybody telling on you, Mark. You the ultimate op.
Right.
Right.
Every woman you know told on you.
But
Mm-hmm.
back at the house, of course, Mark was nervous. He tried to pretend like he weren't nervous. He's like, so, would you find out? Mm-hmm. You
Boy,
want to
he thought
know
he
Yeah.
if tea was spilled like Diana spilled, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like that. At least we didn't see it.
he probably already had the BMW in the cart, like she done told her. Which
Right,
color
right,
you want?
right. What
And
color you?
then
Mm-hmm.
when she said she spent $1,000 at Diana's shop, I'm like, well, damn, how much did that outfit cost? But she was like, oh no, I would have spent 2,000, 3,000. So we already see Jade is about the money,
Right.
and Mark
Jade.
was buying her.
Of course.
And
Of
she
course.
moved on because Mark was falling in love. If he would just played it cool, just been a sugar daddy, just pay some money, then you got some sugar, but you trying to move the girl in
Yeah.
and
No, she
make her
did
your
move her in. She did
yeah,
move in,
yeah, but
but
she
then he
wasn't. She
moved to another
young.
state,
Oh yeah.
and she didn't want to go. She like,
Man, from
oh,
Florida to
perfect.
Boston?
This is my
Absolutely not.
this is my out. This is my out. I'm happy.
Wait, Florida to New Hampshire. That's where it is.
Oh,
She
she
said
had said
Boston.
Boston.
Oh, Boston. Okay.
Yeah,
She
she
said
said
Boston.
Boston.
Okay. That New Hampshire's where he is now, right?
Yeah.
Right. With
Okay.
2% black people there, but ain't nobody's. Yeah, whatever.
Well,
I'm just, I looked up
and,
the makeup for the
yeah. I mean,
2%.
I'm just trying to figure out why Mark ain't booked her no appointment. I mean, where's the good hair at? You got money. You see how
It
you
ain't in
see
New
how you
Hampshire.
see how Jade and old girl is? Hey, you need to that should have been the first thing you'd have been about.
exactly.
You look like you in Vegas and you in 119-degree weather
She
every
looked
time
like
we see. It's
she
like
looked like
it just
no, she looked like Holiday Heart. Remember Alfred Woodard and Holiday Heart?
yeah.
Yeah,
She looked like
I could do
she looked
even
like
better.
she sweated out.
I could do even better. Think back now. Married at First Sight. That one girl with that wig. What was her name? That was on
Oh,
Instagram.
I
What's her name?
know.
Jasmine or something like that. Not just J.
Yeah.
Remember her
I know who
wigs?
you talking about.
yeah,
Yeah, I can't remember her name though, but
yes.
Yeah.
yeah. And I
But
used to
here's
call
the
it
thing.
wig, yeah.
Right. Here's the thing though. Just like Tamika said, she's not getting her hair done and no ethnic wigs in no New Hampshire. You
Not in New
either
Hampshire.
fly her
Yeah.
to New York or Boston, New York preferably, so she could get some new hair.
Well, while
And
she in
where
Where
Miami, she might as well pick some up and get it done.
exactly. Where is the black woman? Need the black women slide in her DMs and send her some good links, and then send
mm,
her some videos how she layers stuff.
Yeah,
mm,
Cause
yeah.
she don't know nothing. Like, hey, you in New Hampshire? It ain't a lot of us out there, so here you go. You might have to just pick up you a new habit on the weekends.
Yeah.
Practice. Practice
'Cause
that swoop, make perfect.
mhm. Because the people out there are gonna be like, "Oh, your hair is so cute," and we looking like, "No, it ain't."
And then, if they start trying to ask, you could make some money, especially if you're the only black person out there that know how to do that certain stuff.
Wait. We tripping. How come she's not asking her soon-to-be sister-in-law? Where she get her done? Never mind.
Oh,
all right, let's move on.
Right. But I thought she didn't live in New Hampshire.
But her hair weren't done.
No, they
either.
in Florida.
Oh yes, yeah, her hair wasn't done either. You said it right.
Oh yeah, it wasn't. She listen. She was just there to add some coffee to the cream.
So anyway, even her sister-in-law don't know. Moving
Right.
on. All right. Speaking of,
you had the Sealy special.
Look, let me lay mine down. I almost put on a wig today too. Maybe next
You look
week.
good. You look good.
Thank you. My hair's growing back out, so I'll be wearing different stuff soon. All right.
Okay.
So let's move on to Joan and Greg. Let me just say, I'm gonna say it again, and I said when I watched the episode, I was like, okay, now, girl, maybe you was tripping the first few episodes. But I would like to think I'm very reasonable. I'm a great listener. Matter of fact, people have known me, they're all stuff like that. Like they call me like the mother hen because you could come to me, you could tell me whatever, it stays with me. I think I offer good life advice. I'm cool. I'm what I'm saying? Like I'm not messy. I don't do stuff like that. But Joan wants the green card. You cannot convince me because I was trying to tell myself.
She do.
Maybe you don't. I'm not saying because Greg is sloppy. I'm not saying that because he's okay, but he is sloppy. But the way she's acting with the mom and him and all that stuff. First of all, she wouldn't tell me but one time I need to move along from my own home. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, you can go back to Uganda for all I care.
Wherever you from. Okay. You're not gonna keep telling me that. But let's jump back a little bit though. So Greg has a job interview with the state with the wrinkled shirt and baggy jeans.
I was like, what job? He ain't going no dang on job interview.
I told y'all where he said.
Not.
What did he say? What did he describe the job? He said fixing stuff and it sounded simple. I said janitor, aka maintenance. He gonna be a maintenance man.
But that's fine.
And
but you still gonna go to an interview looking decent and in order.
He went to the interview.
Well, he wasn't either.
Right. You just went to the interview, so she was like, I told you, I've been trying. I said, what you should have told his mom. I think what she should have said to his mom, like, hey, how do you like it here? Like, I would like if you'll stop babying Greg. Greg is 35 years old.
Yes, Cynthia.
Ain't got no job.
Joan was rude to the mother. She's been rude.
She was rude. She was rude to the mom. But the mom doing slick stuff. First of all, don't be talking about you got a project and it's some socks.
Yeah, but those were his socks though. How come? What's he doing? Sort your own
don't
socks.
work. Them socks should have been sorted years ago.
She does his laundry. Let's be real. She does his laundry. She reminds me of was it Colt in Vegas? His mom. How she literally took care of him. That's what that reminded me of.
Now,
so he was watching.
Let me say this. Like I said, I'm a different type of mom. I've always had an attachment to my kid. Like, matter of fact, since I'm an empty nester, I do not like being an empty nester. That's not my calling. I like being around my kids.
You got to get you a dog now.
I know, right? I know. So, when
I'll get you one of these.
When Cassandra lived here, because we have different schedules, because, I'm still trying to get around. We got different schedules. I'm of a particular age now. My schedule is much more flexible than hers. When you're younger, you're starting out, you have to be somewhere every day more. I don't have to do that. So if her laundry got piled up and she asked me, I would wash it, but I wouldn't just volunteer to wash it. You know what I'm saying? Greg is used to his mother doing everything. And even still, that's their relationship. I don't think it's to Joan. Is Joan trying to say, because see, Greg, this is his personality. You can't tell me for the however long they was talking that she didn't notice he was like a true mama's boy. Not just because he lived at home, but just a true mama's boy. Like mom cooks and cleans and this and that and this and that for him, right? Have to get a real job or whatever the case may be. So she knew this before. But Greg, though, I don't care if you went to a job interview at a gas station, McDonald's, Burger King, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to be wrinkled.
No.
And your jeans don't need to be baggy. That's something like a teenager would do because maybe they don't know.
If you was gonna wear jeans, why you didn't tuck your shirt in? Like
Right.
And
you
press
just
them, put a
looking
crease
like
in
you
them.
want. Yeah, they.
And a belt.
I was talking to him and everything. Every time I answered something, it was a blank stare. Because you
I
probably
just-
was
So they
just
was looking at you like, why you wasting our time? Playing in our face.
Exactly. So he's like, you know what? Why doesn't he try to go into like a bakery business on the side until he could get something? He's like making bread. You know what I'm saying?
Man, if you don't go work at Graders or go working somewhere, where's the local donut shop?
Right.
Be a donut store, the place, man. Go somewhere with a manager. Okay, you can work at a grocery store and start in the bakery department. Do something, Greg.
Most y'all got a Kroger or
Publix, something, whatever
Publix,
y'all got over there.
Yeah,
A Walmart.
anything.
Everybody got a bakery department.
Right.
So
Like you're not even trying, but I feel like his mom should have like. Granted, he a grown man, but at some point, soon as you knew that he started talking to a girl, he started entertaining, bring her over here. First thing he said, "Oh, Jade, you got to get a job. She gonna come over here. She can come, but if you not working, don't book that ticket. Don't book that ticket.
And
y'all,
she should have stood on business saying y'all gonna sleep in separate rooms. But they didn't want to.
Yeah.
They didn't want to.
Yeah. I mean, I knew he was gonna get his way on that. Like, come on, mom.
Yeah, but like I said, she's to me.
You want grandkids, but you want me to sleep in the other room. He was gonna flip, bro. He was gonna get her to that room, and they was gonna start. They weren't gonna do nothing but sneak anyway.
Right, but
you already know.
But she's rude. Like I said, she wants a green card. Did you hear when the mom talked about the wedding? There'll be more next week. It's like, oh, so is your family coming? She's like, yeah, they got to get approved, but they need an appointment to come over, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, before the dowry, they don't even know if you're getting married for real. This is a green card.
Right. You got to pay that dowry because if you don't, then that's a problem.
Right.
You better buy these 13 cows.
Right. Devontae is a professional career advisor.
Hey, I mean, I'm just saying, like, take your talents to South Beach, man. Why you keep wasting? Why you just keep wasting your time? Like, okay, you like making bread, or you like plumbing? Go be a plumber. They make good money.
You got to be certified to be a plumber. You just can't just go be plumbing.
I'm saying, go to plumbing school. You don't do nothing. You at home. You could be at plumbing school and then come home and take you a nap. You can do that till the program over.
No,
come up here. You could have.
No, he needs to pay the dowry first, so he need to go to the local Kroger or Smith's or whatever it's called in your area and get to the bakery department or whatever he could get into, so he can start making some cash first, and then cash, and then maybe try to get into plumbing.
But
school.
usually, if you go for a trade, they'll pay you. Like the schools, like electrician school, they pay you like a little minimum salary. So you would have got paid. You get paid. They ain't gonna let you do no program for free. Probably not 2025. So you would have got a little something. But I'm like, at this point, you at least should have stacked some online degrees. You've been at home forever,
right?
Like you should have been the doctorate
University of Phoenix,
YouTube University,
New Hampshire.
Right. CDC College.
Yes, UCC. Get off the couch. What are you doing? Wasting your life away. Yeah.
Right.
Greg,
he didn't see Romeo.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on to Jessica, Juan, and her friends.
Oh.
Juan, you got to get out of there.
Before we get to the friends, let's start with Juan being in the house with the oldest Dennis the Minute. It was whichever one.
With macaroni and cheese, macaroni and soup.
And if you are reading the box, how come you still made it like that? It didn't tell you put all that stuff in at the same time.
And
Right.
the
The
little,
noodles, you ain't know you had to drain a little bit of the water to put the sauce in there.
all of
Oh,
them,
you
all of
work
it.
on a cruise ship. They got some
Right.
little fast stuff on the cruise ship now. Why you ain't at least watch a video? You could literally Google how
Uh-uh.
to make the perfect bowl of crab macaroni and cheese.
Right. Now, I admit I laughed when he called his mama.
Right. He's like, can you bring a pizza? Like, little boy, you ain't sick.
Right.
You ain't sick.
He was like, "What is
Nah,
it?"
that was a little test run. She was like, you know how to help with the baby just in case. You just gonna stay home day. Just say you sick. So just in case Juan need help, because he ain't never had this baby by himself. So just
And
Yeah.
in case he don't know where stuff at, you go look for it.
and
Yeah.
excuse me, the house still was junky. It's still, what chores did he do all day?
Nothing. Because that baby was crying. That baby got colic. That baby
Cause
was crying all day.
that baby don't know him. He
Nah.
just got up
Like,
here. That baby probably like, I don't know him. I see him every little 3, 4 months. Here you go. And now I'm
Right.
with him
hmm
all the time. Mama, where you going? Like you ain't been. It's a long time for you to be going to the car now.
right.
Cynthia said
Right.
that made me gag. Yes.
And
Listen, yeah.
and then that baby sleep in a bed with them. So that baby probably don't ever get put down.
No.
Like
True.
why that baby
Mm-mm.
ain't got no bassinet? Why it's too much going on.
Where's the
Juan get
bouncer?
out of
The
there.
little bouncy thing. They didn't get a bouncy thing at the baby shower.
Yeah,
Juan
he's
got all that money working on them cruise ships. He ain't spending that money. Where he spend that? Well, it's probably almost gone now.
yeah, that baby
Like they
is.
hmm
don't get paid that much on that shit.
After I finish talking about them, I have a little update about them. That baby is
Hmm.
spoiled. Now, let's is it me? And I'm not saying anything about it, but when we first saw Jessica, I the last thing I'm doing about talk about somebody weight now, okay? Because
I mean, it is.
but in her face looked like she got some filler. Don't it look like she got some filler in her face? Her face looks like it's not really moving too much. I'm like, oh, Jessica, you trying to look a little bit younger for
I'm gonna have to
one?
look at it again. I didn't even look. I didn't even pay
Man,
no
she might have
attention.
got a little something, something. She on TV now. She might look.
Maybe,
She
maybe.
might have went. She might have traveled somewhere. And it was like, hey, try to get this. If you promote it on your Instagram, we get a little boop boop.
I don't know. I'll ask her by her Ray G says, I think she has to do more with training him. He has lived a bachelor life. But she knew that though. Jessica didn't care. She just wanted one
No,
in
she wanted him there.
look in Wyoming. Okay.
She needed a Manny. She needed a male geisha, a Manny.
There you go. There you go. So
hmm
so Jessica, Juan, and the friends, they go out bowling. And Jessica
Tired of
friend,
that girl.
you know, she makes a misstep and falls on the lane. I've seen people fall on the lane before. You know, even if your little foot go across, it's
Yeah,
a
you
wrap because it's
slipping.
oil. Yeah, you slipping. I've bowled in bowling leagues before. I have my own equipment and I've done it, so I get it.
Oh
But anyway,
Lord, my mom was in the bowling league. All my
So
all
was
my
mine.
10 years, we was there every Thursday league night.
it
It
was
sucks.
Tuesday, and then I did Sunday, and then since I'm a big football fan, so when my team played, it's like I always got like terrible scores because I was trying to watch the game. So I was like,
Watch
y'all
that.
just scratch me. They used to be mad at me on Sundays. But anyways, true story. But so why is Megan telling Juan, you know, when Jessica's up on deck, and it's not like how long does it take to throw a bowling ball? I'm sure she heard the conversation. They act like they sitting way at the other end of the bowling alley, right? Talking
hmm
about, you know, since you're here, finally here, and you do anything to Jessica, I will ruin your life. I said,
And
what?
Jessica
On
should have
TV?
said something at that point.
Sure shoulda. She sure
Yeah,
shoulda.
she was out of
She
line.
should
Like
have
you gonna
said
ruin.
something.
She was like,
Like,
all
hold
right
on now.
now.
Like, hold
Now you
on,
getting
hold
beside
your
yourself.
horses.
You can say that on the phone with me or something. Don't be saying that to
Right.
them. Like, I
Because you more
understand you
mad.
upset. Like I ain't even. Why you keep bringing it up? I ain't called you and said bring this up. The one time I gave you a pass because I low key wanted to know. Now we done
Yeah.
figured it out. You should know we gonna have a conversation about it because it was at dinner. Well, what else we gonna talk about when we get in the car?
Yeah. And
Right.
every
So
time.
I liked
Every
how
time we're gonna
Juan
talk
finally was
about
like,
it.
"Look at here, I got to keep talking about this. I'm not going to
Right.
keep talking about this every time we come around you. If that's the case, I'm not coming."
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, "She gonna threaten? What is she gonna threaten my life? Nobody gonna threaten my life." I said,
Like,
look at
you mad
Juan. He
because
already know. I ain't scared of none of these people in this little please. You know where I'm
yeah,
from?
she
He cut
sound mad
people and
because he
everybody
didn't
keep
cheat with
on
her.
cooking.
He didn't be with her. That's what you said.
Yeah, she sound like I bet if he would have cheated with her, she probably would have been okay with it.
Was that her man that they was bowling with? Or that was the
No,
other
that was the
girl man?
friends, man. Yeah, because
Oh
where's her man at? Because she
yeah.
need a man. That's what it is. She needs
Yeah, because
somebody
you know everybody
to
in
occupy
Wyoming.
that
Well,
time.
you know they let that town small, so everybody probably know
Yeah,
everybody. They probably was like, oh, not
The town
not
is
yeah,
whiny Lillian.
right.
Oh no, not whiny
Megan.
Whitney. Oh,
And
Megan.
I'm like,
Megan,
so you,
Missy Megan.
like she really not gonna check her? Like,
Right.
like you really not gonna check? You ain't. She just standing there with that foolish grin,
Yeah.
Because I
looking.
don't think she got the heart to say what the friend gonna say, so that's why she don't mind her saying it. Because I think deep down she want to say it, but she's soft. She look like she'll let somebody like. I guarantee it probably took her husband, whatever happened with them, he probably had to get real disrespectful for her to leave. She give you 1,000 chances. She could literally catch you in the act and then somehow take you back. She give me those vibes. Like Juan can mess up again. She ain't going nowhere.
Mm-mm,
Well,
she not.
so then we see I forgot to say it when he was making that macaroni and cheese. So when Juan decides to cook dinner, right? So Jessica and the Dennis the Menace kids don't like fish. How did the fish get in the house?
In the
Because
house.
I don't buy things I don't like. Period. I don't care what it is, especially food, because I'm not gonna eat it, right?
Right.
He might have threw it in the cart though because he eat it. He might have threw
No,
it in there.
but if Jessica and the kids don't like fish, he
Yeah.
should have cooked a different meal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He
Fish
don't
and
know her. He
asparagus.
don't know her for real.
I
No.
know,
He don't know her. They
I
don't
know.
know each other. They just cruise. This went a little too far. That's all this is.
Yeah.
If she would have
Yeah.
never had this baby, she'd have been got ghosted.
A one
That
night
baby
stand
saved
that went
her
too far.
relationship.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. So let me tell you what I learned about them. So yesterday on Instagram, there was a clip of the macaroni soup that they showed on the 90-day timeline.
Right.
So I was reading the comments because sometimes I like to see what people say. And a lot of times it's 50-50 because sometimes people could drop spoilers that you don't want to know. Right. So it's 50-50. So this time I dropped the comment, just see what people would think about the soup. And so I saw a blue check mark and it looked like Juan's face. And the check mark is Gaza, which is their last name, Gaza. And on Sunday night when the episode premiered, first of all, they are married. That's 1, 2, and 3. Sorry for the spoilers, but you know. But they are
I think
still
I knew that.
they're still in Wyoming, and they were at it literally said a Wyoming saloon being guest bartenders. It was like your famous reality stars, Jessica and Juan, are back behind the bar serving drinks. I said, so Juan is still in Wyoming, huh?
They probably celebrities in Wyoming. What else? What's
Oh
the
yeah.
last thing that came out of Wyoming?
No, but I'm
I'm like, oh,
saying,
the big movie stars.
no, but I personally would have thought that, it's such a slow lifestyle for Juan that maybe he would have convinced. Well, I know Jessica's kids can't go because their dad is there, but maybe I don't know, move to a different city, a bigger city or something. I don't know. Maybe she can't afford a job. He just doesn't seem like he's happy.
But he was a bartender on the ship, right?
Right.
So you
Oh
got
yeah.
to
So he
think
might be in his element.
Wyoming is a boring town. So wine is the new thing in this small town. And he probably got it cracking because they ain't never probably like, look, turn that whole stuff. Put this on. We gonna have a drink. Let's change the drink menu. And then we gonna be the star tender. So he became a star tender probably down there. They do, because I
Mm-hmm.
mean, people probably gotta come through Wyoming and they probably like, oh wow, here, let's go to the Star Bar or whatever. I mean, people be bored enough to try something.
Come through Wyoming to do what? What? Come
Get a
through
shot from
Wyoming to
Juan.
stop at a saloon? Do you hear?
Hey, Juan probably
Do
giving
you
them
hear?
the card.
Do you hear yourself?
What?
A saloon. A saloon. Where do they have
What's a
saloons?
saloon?
Anyways.
Oh, yeah, that's the old school then.
Listen, I just put I just put in famous people from Wyoming.
Okay.
Ain't looking good.
Who? Roy Rogers?
Buffalo
No,
Bill.
he's from California. A saloon. All right, let's move on to Matt and Stevie.
No, Buffalo Bill is from Wyoming. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody.
but those were back in the days with saloons.
Yeah.
Now they call them bars, but if you live somewhere that's still like old westish,
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Westerns from Gunsmoke Saloon.
Mm-hmm.
and who would be in the neighborhood of a saloon? Okay. Moving on. Mati and Stevie. So, like I said,
I can't stand her.
you know what? First of all, she's working too hard for his attention to me. She's a cougar, which is okay.
I mean,
But she's
ain't she
working
like
too
she's
hard.
40, right? And he like 20 something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's working too hard for his attention and affection. You know what I'm saying? Like, just sending the videos of this how people propose in America. If he's gonna propose, let him propose with his clear box ring the way he wants to propose to you. The point is being proposed to, correct?
Right.
So let him
Exactly.
propose his way. Not watching YouTube videos that he said is cringy and why he questions everything. He's uncomfortable with everything in America, right? Everything, it seems like every time you turn around, he's saying something. So he's like, it's all cringy. And so she's acting like she don't know that she's going to get proposed to on their beach trip. I'm like, we saw this a mile away. She comes across desperate. Understand if you reach a particular age, you might feel like your time is ticking on different levels. Maybe if you want children or just being with a partner long term. Okay. But she's rushing somebody who to me isn't comfortable, one, being in America, and two, being in America. Is it just me? What y'all think?
Yeah, she's doing, like you said, she's doing the most, and she ain't gonna let him leave. And yeah, yeah. And he don't really want to. He's just so uncomfortable. He looks very uncomfortable.
He does. He like Cynthia said last week. Excuse me. It's a straw, by the way, that I had from yesterday. Sorry. He's walking around like a robot. Like he's so like his eyes are so like transfixed. I'm not saying that's.
But I think it's because he on TV and he know eventually his parents could watch this. So it's probably driving him crazy because how they are raised over there is strict. Like we have rules. And now I'm over in America, there are no rules.
No
Women
rule.
out here walk around almost naked. Compared to their country, look ball. So he like, I don't know what to do. I can't look. I'm not used to not having to look because everybody covered up where I'm from. Now I can't. They everywhere. I got almost walk looking up. I don't know what to do.
I understand that from the part of the world he's from.
Yeah.
But he knew he was coming to America.
Yeah, but it's different when you get here. Then the first thing you do when you walk in the house, boobs.
You didn't just come to America. Just I'm here for my girl. You're here for a TV show.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That is out of your control. You don't know what situations they're gonna have you in, positive or negative. So that's just my thinking. I could be wrong, but I'm saying it's not like we don't know we know who they are because of this show. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
So his beliefs are his beliefs, but like I said, I just don't think he's comfortable. I
don't think he is either.
And if they're still together on the tell-all in America, I will be shocked. Like seriously.
Because once he gets married and all of that, he can't go back to Iran. They will off him.
Really? All
Yeah,
right, I didn't know
he
that.
he said something about that I will never be able to go back home.
He
In the
did say,
first couple episodes, he said
yeah,
I
he
will
did,
never be able to go back home.
right,
Mm.
because of, what he's been exposed to, how that part
Mhm.
of the world
Mhm.
thinks about America. Because remember, he said
Mhm.
the only thing he's seen about flags was burning them, things like that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Um, yes, he's made
Yeah.
a sacrifice to come to
Yep.
America, but I wonder what his true sacrifice is. I mean, I think that he, in a way, he wants the freedom to be away from the chaos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably
But at
walking
the
on
same time, he's
eggshells.
uncomfortable without the chaos because that's what he's used to. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
but back to
Mhm.
her, like I said, she I don't know who maybe production helped him set up the marry me on the beach and all that stuff. Because who were the people in the background? Were they just people on the beach?
They
They
were
was
the
doing
yoga
yoga.
people. They was doing yoga.
I'm like, who are those people on the beach?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was just random people that was just there doing yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the Jazz Vince comment right here. Go ahead and read the screen.
I, yeah. My eyes playing tricks on me.
It says
Oh
Iran
yeah,
does not play about coming into the country from America.
Wait a minute. Say
yeah.
that again.
Iran does not play about coming into the country from
Oh.
America.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 So, but I mean, she's like, oh, I'm so happy. I'm so this and that. I'm like, girl, you're desperate for a man. And it's not a good look, you know?
Mm-mm.
And she went to Iran to see him, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Insane.
very, very. We thought Nicole and Mahmoud was bad.
Or did she go to somewhere close? I don't know if she went to Iran. I
Well,
think
she went
they met somewhere else, like in Turkey or something.
right.
Okay.
She
Yeah. Yeah.
went
Yeah.
overseas
Okay.
to
That
meet him.
makes sense.
And they
Okay.
only
Yeah.
spent like what, less than a week
Um,
together?
less
Less than
than
a
a
week.
week. Yeah, because when he talked to her dad, they had only been physically
Yeah,
together like 3 weeks. He said because it was 2 weeks in America and 1 week there.
yeah. Jess,
Okay.
yeah, they met in Turkey. But still, you know what I'm saying? She knew the risk, and I just don't understand why she's so desperate. Um, her sexuality is going to be questioned coming up in some future episodes, but
All
I
right. He
just
about to find out she had an ex-girlfriend.
I just think it's
I
just a
feel
little
it.
bit more than that. And I think that could possibly be, even though, we also see in upcoming episodes that she's going to have on a wedding dress, that could possibly be something that can, no pun intended, break the camel's back. Because, you can have, a relationship, but when a lady does something, or even a
Hmm.
man, they truly over there don't
Don't
believe
play
in
about
consistency.
that.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's what I'm saying. If they're still together at the tell-all, whenever that is, I will be truly, truly.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, y'all have anything else to add to that before we move on to the throuple?
Mm-mm. Tired
Okay.
of them too already.
His wife kills me. Like,
Hold
Yeah.
on. Let
how
me read.
can you be this slow?
Jasmine Show says you cannot get into Iran without an Iranian passport. I'm pretty sure now. It's
Oh,
hard to travel anywhere now
Right.
in general, and vice versa. Them coming over here for sure.
Hmm.
Anyways, moving on. So
Yeah.
Matt, Amani, and Ani, right? So the throuple
Hmm.
are taking Ani home to Tijuana. You know what? They
mm-hmm.
just made it seem like she just lived, and I'm not trying to be ugly. I really am not trying to be ugly. They just made it seem like she just lived like way out somewhere in Mexico somewhere. She just said Tijuana. Jazz,
Right.
come on now. Listen, Jazz is in California, and I'm just down the damn street. Tijuana is right on the other side, literally, of San Diego. You could walk there. I mean, they just made it seem like she was hot.
Right. They
Hmm.
could be almost there every other weekend.
Hmm.
Every weekend. What you talking? You know what I'm saying?
It's
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like
Hmm.
it's literally like picture going from your wherever y'all live, your house, your apartment, your kind of whatever, and walking across the street. That's where the border is. I mean, the helicopters fly around every night. I love San Diego. It's very expensive. I love it there. But at any hotel you sleep at night, that's all you hear. That's all you hear. Jazz, am I lying? Am I lying? No, I'm not. That's all they do.
That's
all
funny.
night. Fly those helicopters. Jazz says close. I'm serious. But anyways.
Okay, so it must be like Ohio and Kentucky. Like we can literally go right over there. Like, okay.
I mean, I guess. But you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, but they don't got no helicopters looking for y'all. You know what I'm saying? In the
Right.
Well.
So that's the annoying part. It's like, all right. So again, like I started the show, I don't understand. And Tamika, we talked about this last week, and as well, Devontae, but especially me and Tamika, we both agreed that why is Matt so shocked that he's the third wheel? I don't get it. She showed no affection to him. She showed she did what she had to do to try to solidify the relationship. Oh, I'm here for y'all. No,
she ain't.
You know, like I said, we're calling her Annie for now, but I can't wait till she go by her Tupac name.
Brenda. Brenda got a baby.
You know what I'm saying? So, but Amani, let me jump back. So they finally get to her home, and I'm surprised they showed her little girl. I wouldn't have my little girl.
Yeah, that was crazy. Short face.
Oh no.
Yeah. Cute little girl. And then I was like, yeah. And then when she's saying that she's getting the gifts from the men, like, really? Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, I'm not showing my baby, but
yeah, but no, I would never.
And then, you know, I guess that was her way of Ani, her way of showing like she's like faithful to the romantic relationship by meeting my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Knowing she's got another agenda. Now, Amani is upset and pissed, as she says, that, you know, Ani got to work tonight. I'm like, she still got to work tonight? Y'all didn't
y'all didn't pay her bills?
She got to reel in them sugar daddies. You know, she got to keep that money coming in. She got her regular. She know what she doing. She work at the club. The club is advertisement.
Right.
That's where y'all met her at.
Then you gonna push up on me. Then yeah, baby, come on. You know, buy me a bag or something. You know, she know what to do. And she gonna use all that, then go hang around the rich people, go to the bar. She got all the nice bags. Boom.
It's probably a high-end club, if you think about it. Because Amani and Matt give me like they just like a Mark that they would spend cash on the type of relationship they look for. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they, you know, divorcing.
I mean, look at his wife. She well kept.
Right.
Beautiful woman. I don't know why you like. I don't know. Is she more the person who wanted a girlfriend, and he just like, hey, say less?
I think so.
That saying something about you, man.
Right.
Enough for her, dude.
I mean, so she's upset to tell her husband that, you know, Ani's here for a relationship for me and not necessarily for you. But he's upset though. He's like, well, I don't want to do this anymore. But your wife does.
Yeah, because he thought it's different. You thought you was the man the whole time. I got two women, but they got each other. You getting stuff out of pity. So now he offended. And then you do this the whole time. You mean tell me I'm thinking I'm handsome and I got both of y'all when she really don't, he ain't all that, but I'll do it for you. That probably hurt his pride. Because you got to think, in his little friend group, he probably the man. He got two girls.
Right.
Well, when you're in a relationship like that, somebody is always going to get the short end of the stick, I'm guessing. You know what I'm saying? Because
for the most part, yeah.
You know? But my thing is, though, why is Amani his wife so upset about that? I mean, you're married. You know? She was just boohoo crying about them kids that she was missing. Can't be missing them that bad if you crying over Ani. That's just me.
So they didn't explain this to their kids. Them kids about to be.
Well, we don't know how old they are.
They just told that their family. They didn't specifically say, you know, this is my other. This is your other
Well,
mama.
now you done told you went on TV.
Right.
These little kids be knowing stuff. Get on the wrong side of TikTok. That's your
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I said, I want to see the upcoming episodes with them to see Anna get literally busted out by whoever, and then the storyline kind of like take off with her or not. Because to me, they're boring. You know
They're
what I'm saying?
boring.
Like,
Yeah, it's the same thing every week.
Right.
Same thing.
So they haven't moved forward. They just, they dropped her off at the house so she could get back on the pole,
Right.
She had a whole gay. She lived in the gated community. I said, boy, she lived real nice. I said,
She
y'all
doing
paying for this? Who paying for this? Right now, because I was thinking we was gonna be seeing people selling banana chips, pineapples, and stuff.
You silly.
Like, she like, what unit are you going to? Oh, Sandra,
Mm-hmm.
hey girl, come on in and press the button.
Mike, mute your mic right now. Mute your mic. Okay. The Jasmine Show can tell you she's still on here, that list, and those you can find those in any neighborhood there or here at any time.
Did they ever because I brought up banana chips. I was thinking about them. Are they together?
Who?
What was the girl when the dude
Brandon and Mary?
no, not them. The one who went over there and the daddy had the mansion and she cried all the time. Crying every episode. The little Indian girl or whatever she was. And he worked with this.
No, the crazy girl, Kimberly, and whatever his name is.
No, the little Indian girl. She went Brandon. I think not Brandon. He worked for his family, and then he left the dog, and she was crying because the dog couldn't come.
Oh, from the 90 Day in Paradise, the girl with the long hair.
Oh,
yeah. Are they still together?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I was seeing her on TikTok, and then I stopped. Tata, yeah. Yeah, Tata, yeah.
Right, Jazz. Banana chips is crazy. I forgot what they call them little things, but they be. Anyways, before I mute my own mic. Next week. So Joan and Greg can talk wedding plans, and now they're talking about, we've always thought about maybe having the wedding in the backyard. No, you didn't.
Right.
You will laugh. I'm saying that you will laugh. You'd be backyard.
She ain't going for that.
She said she would because that's part of their financial plan, because mom's probably going to cater the food. He's going to make the bread, and they got a free venue.
He going to make the cake. Watch.
Yeah. But, she just always looks disappointed about something. But whatever. All right.
Oh, the mom?
No, the girl.
Joan.
No.
And then, let's see.
Because Joan want to get out of there. She's not cool with that. He think because she's from Africa, that she probably was living with a bunch of people, and all. Joan was on her own. So she ain't used to be. You can't have too many queens in one castle. You know that.
Well, she could be independent if she wants to be, which is fine. Women should be independent, but you just don't be telling somebody else's family, whoever, what to do in their own house. That's not your house.
Right.
Yeah. She was wrong, and then talk about I was just testing to see how far I can go. You almost got us. You put out.
Exactly.
Right.
What you doing?
Exactly.
Right. Who gonna pay this?
No,
You know I ain't got no money. Now I'm gonna have to send you with my cousin Susie. You gotta do me a solid because I'm gonna fix her dishwasher for the rest of her life.
Well, she wasn't too happy with the relationship either, so that would probably been temporarily till she got back on the plane to go home. Anyways, Mahdi is upset with Stevie, and I said probably because he found out about another relationship or the pending episodes about her sexuality. Because remember, he was already questioning the artwork, so maybe he's going to meet the person that did her artwork when she didn't have no clothes on. So that's coming up. Sarper and Shekinah, more conversation with the family. Let's see who else. Mm, I'm not sure we're gonna see Mark.
Oh,
Oh,
the Douglas and Leah and what's his name, Steve, they gonna be on too.
I'm just trying to figure out why is she still here. Send her back. Go on, send her back, bruh. Like, why
mm,
are you trying to marry her? She is converting into a woman. You
right,
are not attracted to women. So
Right.
at
right.
this point, you just helping her get a green card, get to America. So if
Mm-hmm.
that's what you're doing, then I guess
Just say
that's
that.
nice of you. That's nice of you to not just send her back and let her, like, I guess, change her family's life so in a way, or change her whole life because it's probably
Well, it's
Mm-hmm.
more accepted.
no, it's not her family because remember, I think it's just her. She's
Her mom,
just in contact with her mom because the rest of her family don't care for her lifestyle.
yeah.
Remember? So, but you're
Mm-hmm.
right. Shawn shouldn't even be. First of all, like I said, and I mean it. I don't care for Shawn. Didn't on Love in Paradise. I don't like this relationship. I don't like how he's doing her. I don't like how he's
Mm-mm.
treating her. And then gonna drag her in front of her friends as if, excuse me, in front of his friends as if
Mm-hmm.
one. And he knows
Like
it's not.
he the prize.
When he
He
has a
ain't.
whole other relationship on the side, he's not even monogamous. That's crazy. With the man,
Right, because you ain't attracted to that. You ain't attracted what she
Mm-hmm.
becoming.
right?
You want Douglas to come out the bathroom, but Aaliyah coming out in lingerie. You ain't that ain't what you into.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So, all right, y'all. Any other comments about anything?
Are you watching the Never Ever Mets?
I
Oh
am.
Lord,
I'm not going to review it. I took my time. Let me tell you
man.
what threw me off with that.
What?
Homegirl already came with a newborn. I said, I'm out.
Man.
And then he was like,
Everybody got kids.
"Oh, yeah,
Everybody got kids.
right, what's going
Alcoholic.
on?"
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "I just drink socially," and then I know I got a headache today. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe you was drunk because you was drunk yesterday. Well, no, maybe I just need some water. But I ain't gonna lie, drink will help alcoholics. Oh man, what?
Say you're alcoholic and you ain't saying you're alcoholic. Girl, you
You
drink,
saying
you're
a drink will
alcoholic.
help? Yeah, you you
You're
you got the
alcoholic.
tendency.
Yeah, I need
You
to know
get a
what her
headache.
secret is. Because she got a secret too. What's your secret?
Oh,
I
she
will
got a
say
secret too.
Yeah, she has a
What
secret.
is going on with the secrets? That ain't
Everybody
good.
got a secret.
The only one ain't got no secret is Ace Hood.
the not Ace Hood. I used to like his first song when he came out though.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody got a secret.
That's
And yeah, but I'm here for all the drama and the mess. And then let's hope tonight, part 4, tell all is that's it.
I'm not. No,
I'm so over it.
I ain't been watching them. I need to just watch the reunion. I just want to see Rob go in on Jasmine.
Oh
yeah,
man, when he called her a pregnant tool, oh my god, that was and then he
Oh,
did
when
it
she
in
threw
her
the
voice.
shoe at him.
Yeah, and then he took the shoe and threw it outside.
So is Gino there still?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So we
Gino agreed. You're nothing but a. I said he said, but yeah, yeah, it was
yeah.
hilarious. It was he shouldn't have did it, but it was funny at the time. But I was like, yeah,
He
you
really had
did
a
go too
baby.
far.
She low down. Her
But
kids
the
still
whole
ain't over
thing
here.
was, remember, the agreement was it was supposed to be protected. So
Right.
Gino said maybe it was too small and it fell off. The
And
yeah,
I mean, did she ever get her kids over here?
no.
Oh, she going down, low down, dirty shame.
No.
And you got a special needs child,
And
Jasmine.
they definitely
God,
not
no, that's
coming.
nasty.
Look, they definitely not coming now.
No, Gino ain't helping her.
Nope.
No, Gino shredded that paperwork.
So is
Yeah.
she with
He
the
didn't. He
guy that
didn't
she
throw it
got the
away. He
baby with
shredded it.
now?
Yeah,
Hmm?
I see her on Instagram sometimes with the guy.
She's
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
guy? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, she.
And the baby name is Matilda. And then people was dragging her on Instagram. Did you see it? Where she was doing something for African American prenatal or postnatal something, and they was dragging her, and they was like, "You're not African American. You're not even Afro Latina." And yeah, something about an art museum because her what is it called, the midwife, her that was a black woman. It was an African woman.
Oh, so she took on the traits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, they was definitely dragging her on Instagram.
Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, so she got a cute little baby. But listen, at the end of the day, that baby Geno's, because that baby was born inside a marriage.
And that baby looked just like her daddy.
Yeah, and in Michigan, if that baby is born in a marriage, that means that baby, that Geno, has to pay child support until he can establish paternity. And they have to do paternity tests.
Gino, you need to get the home swab now. Like, let me see little Matilda. I
Maddie.
just want to talk to you, Jasmine. Oh yeah, let me go get something out the kitchen. Yeah, hurry up, Matilda.
Yeah,
that's your role.
If he can catch her, Jasmine. Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna figure out what daycare. Oh, who's a little kid?
Right.
Yeah, that's Gino's fault though. That's Gino.
Yeah. Gino slow.
But one thing Gino did is he took off his hat for Brandon's wife, because they was like imitating him, and she's like, "Let me see your hat." He took it off.
Okay, Gino, you might as well. It's not a big deal. We've seen you bald. If you bald, you bald. That's just the bottom.
Right. Just get that little piece in the back cut off. It's fine.
That's it. It's fine. So, but all right, y'all. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
I'll see y'all later.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.